Selfless came out in 2015. It's an action conspiracy thriller featuring Ben Kingsley as a rich real estate tycoon who is dying of cancer, so he undergoes a revolutionary new procedure called shedding that allows him to transfer his consciousness into a new, younger, genetically engineered body played by Ryan Reynolds, allowing him to live as a new man. That is, until he begins to piece together a conspiracy at the heart of this institution that saved his life and how it may not be all that it appeared to be. So this is a movie that I've been really interested to check out ever since it first came out a decade ago. I kept seeing the poster floating around, but the critic reception surrounding the film was mixed at best, kind of mediocre overall, and I guess I just let that dissuade me from ever really giving it a good chance until today. I like Ben Kingsley, I like Ryan Reynolds, so I thought I'd give it a chance. And what do you know, while it's not exactly a perfect film by any stretch of the imagination, I did have a lot of fun with Selfless. In fact, I'm glad that I watched it when I did because it clearly took heavy inspiration from a movie that I reviewed just last month, which was called Seconds, which is a 1966 film, which was also about a sci-fi operation, allowing somebody to assume another identity, fake their death, only to find out that the corporation who did the procedure wasn't exactly truthful or what they thought they were. The real difference between the two movies is that Seconds was more of a psychological drama. It had a lot of really strong, thought-provoking elements, as well as a haunting ending that is really hard to forget. Selfless is more of an action conspiracy thriller, an on-the-run type of movie, if you will. It reminded me a bit of Ben Affleck's Paycheck, not in plot, but in the theme of a crazy conspiracy, mystery, nonstop, on-the-run action. I think that Ryan Reynolds did a really good job here overall, as it's certainly much more of a Ryan Reynolds film than a Ben Kingsley film for obvious reasons. There were a few aspects of his performance that I thought could have ultimately been slightly better, like for instance, Ben Kingsley's character had a very specific accent in the film. And when he wakes up as Ryan Reynolds, that accent isn't carried over. Little things like that could have helped amplify the film to just be a little bit more believable, but there's still enough reasons as to why that accent wouldn't carry over, though I won't give away any spoilers, as much as I kind of really want to talk about the biggest twists in the movie. Really, the film succeeds primarily through its unique premise, non-stop action, and constant plot twists being revealed throughout. I honestly love what's really going on. Again, it's not approached as deeply as it would be in Seconds, but the action and conspiracy definitely make up for that. So why is it then that a majority of people look at this movie and they think mediocre? Honestly, I think that it comes down to the concept and what you want from a concept like this. At the end of the day, it is a high concept thriller with a low concept execution. People want to be challenged, to think about what they're seeing unfold, and to have those moments that make you think and wonder what you would do in the same scenario. Selfless has that same smart, high concept promise, but the execution is relatively flat, opting instead to do something anybody can enjoy without the need to think very hard, i.e. low concept. Again, if you want the high concept thing with the high execution, check out Seconds from 1966. Personally, I found myself really enjoying this movie regardless of its imperfections. The mystery / conspiracy stuff was solid. The performances and chemistry and charisma worked pretty well. Ryan Reynolds is great. Ben Kingsley is great, though I do personally wish that he was in more of the movie. I don't really have much to complain about here other than the very broad idea that it's just a dumb, fun conspiracy thriller when it could easily be a lot more than that with the concept that it had. My rating's ultimately 73 out of 100 possible stars. That's a B- letter grade, which I think is pretty fair overall, but I want to hear from you. Have you seen this film starring Ryan Reynolds, Ben Kingsley? Are you a fan of it? Do you think that it's hot garbage? Let me know why or why not in the comments section down below. And as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next review, whenever and whatever that may be on. And until that day comes, peace out.